Om Sri Sai Ram. Sri Sathya Sai Kalpadruma. Ashtotram 54. Om Sri Sai Sarva Baadha Haraaya Namaha. Salutations to Sri Sai, who takes away all the sufferings. God's heart is softer than butter. It melts at the devotee's suffering, and His grace starts flowing abundantly. Only His grace can relieve the devotee of his agony. Many a time, in order to free him, God has taken on His devotee's suffering upon His own physical body, the body which He has assumed for the sake of the devotees. Here is a story from Sai's Shirdi incarnation. There was a devotee of Sai Maharaj by the name Sai Kalpadruma. In January 1912, while he and his wife were residing at Shirdi, all of a sudden his son suffered from high fever. It was so high that the boy started writhing in agony, so the mother's mind became restless. One evening, when Sainath set out on his usual evening round, the boy's mother, Mrs. Lakshmibai Kapurde, ran to Sainath and fell at his feet. Wailing aloud, she narrated everything to Sai. In this difficult situation, Sainath comforted her, saying, "Think that the sky is overcast. There will be a cloud burst, and the sky will be cleared as before. When such is the case, why be afraid?" Saying so, he lifted his robe, and after showing everyone present there the odorous glands as large as hens' eggs that had erupted all over his body, said, "See, this is how I have to take your suffering upon myself." On returning home, Lakshmibai found out that her son's fever had abated. God removes not only physical but also mental suffering and ordains the devotee's worldly as well as spiritual progress. A long time ago, Swami had once gone to Delhi to give darshan to his devotees there. A huge crowd had gathered at the venue where Swami was to give darshan. Among them were many wealthy personalities too. The chauffeur of one of these persons was curious to know whose darshan his sahib had gone for, so he parked the car and reached the venue. But the crowd was so large that he got Swami's darshan only from afar, and it was not very clear. As he was looking at Swami, he started thinking about the mountain of physical sufferings and financial difficulties that he was overburdened with, and thought, if I could get closer to this Baba, at least I would have been able to tell him about my difficulties. But he was destined to get the darshan only from afar, so he had to return back without making a mention of his problems to Baba. A few years passed. Whatever the problems the chauffeur had, they dissolved on their own. The mountains of difficulties disappeared. After becoming free from worry and fear, he heard from somebody about Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and he reached Prashanthi Nilayam along with his family. As he sat in darshan lines, Swami selected him for an interview. During the interview, Baba said to him, "We have met once earlier, long time ago. Your prayer reached me." On hearing this, he remembered the incident in Delhi where he had got Swami's darshan from afar, and he had been disappointed because he was unable to convey his problems to Swami. But from what Baba told him now, he was convinced that Swami is God, because although at the time he did not even get a close darshan or a chance to talk to Swami, Swami knew about his suffering. Also, he had turned his gracious gaze on the chauffeur and removed all his difficulties. God alone is closest to us because He is the indweller in everyone's heart. A devotee's earnest plea melts his heart, and he takes care of every detail in the devotee's life. Om Sri Sathya Sai Natharpanamastu.